Hello and welcome to another special and fascinating episode of Dynamic Divas. I'm Rachit, your host for the show. Our mission at Dynamic Divas is to highlight the diverse and outstanding women shaping the landscape of Microsoft technologies like Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. Today, I'm very excited and honored to have Olga as a guest on our show. Olga, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Hi, Rachit, and I'm so excited to be here today to share my, professional journey and insights. Um, can I start with my pronouns? My pronouns are she and her, and I'm in my 40s, have blonde hair, blue eyes, and I'm wearing a bright green top today. And Rashid, thank you so much, for this great initiative. And it's really an honor to be your guest and among these, incredible women that you already invited. And I watched all of them, so it's pretty cool.
Thank you. The honor is all mine. And as we are doing inclusive introduction, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm wearing a black T-shirt with my glasses on, and I have a virtual background with Copilot theme, and I'm joining from my home office today. So before I hand it over to you, Olga, for more detailed conversations, but I just want to quickly summarize your key achievements and your professional journey so far. So currently, you're a Power Platform technical specialist at Microsoft. But if we look at your background, you started with an accounting career and finance for over last 20 years. You are certified CPA, and then you switched your careers to a technical role. And throughout your journey, you have done things like auditing, tax accounting, consulting, and now technical specialist. So you carry a lot of experience from various different domains. And also you worked in Ukraine and you moved to Australia, so you carry that global perspective of same product being used in a different way and how different geographies are utilizing the technologies to make life better. And also you have been involved in some very key projects which will remain in your proud memories, like where you optimized the cost during tough times and you saved people's job. And also you love teaching technology to young professionals. You have co-founded She in Tech, which is a group that helps women in IT to gain the skills they need to succeed in their career. So you carry a lot of experience. You are contributing in many different ways back to the community. So thanks a lot for all you do and for all the work you have done, and congratulations for all the achievements. So let's start with you telling us about your journey so far and how it all ended up in a technical specialized role at Microsoft. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe I started my career over 20 years ago. And it was in accounting and finance. I have, a degree in that area, and eventually found my passion in tech, and particularly in consulting and pre-sales roles. And who would have thought that a former, number cruncher like myself would end up in pre-sales, right? So, but hey, full life is full of surprises, to be honest. And I still remember Microsoft Office 95. And Excel was everything to us at that point in time, and in some organizations it still is, I must admit. And I've gone from learning the ins and outs of how business operates, and been sort of on the customer side as SME, and to working with Microsoft partners and sort of diving deep into ERP implementations, and first as a consultant, well, actually as a user, and then as a consultant. And I was always kind of like looking for better way to be more efficient and use technology everywhere I can. And years later, here I am working for the vendor itself. Yeah, so talking to my
Yes.
customers about how to do more with less, and it's always been part of my life anyway. So I was like, how can I do it more efficiently? How can I do it quicker? And it's natural for me, and it's like I've experienced all these three angles of the tech world: to be customer, to be partner, now working as a vendor. So yeah, that's why it's sort of easy and natural for me to mentor someone as well who's early in their IT career, or someone who's transitioned from, let's say, finance and accounting to IT as well. So because I have
Yeah.
experienced this transition myself, and I think that this this mentorship is sort of the key aspect of what we actually do in Sheen Tech.
Great. So, like as you have been into shoes of an end user, consultant, and now working for Microsoft, uh, how does it all help you? Like, for example, being in the shoes of customer, and now you are at Microsoft. So when you talk to customers, you are actually able to relate to their pain points and talk about your experiences, and then you are able to give them some right directions, and you can show them the right path to move forward. So I believe, like, whatever you have gone through, it's all adding up and adding more value to what you do every day, and that is where you are able to make that difference. When you talk to customer, you already know how they might be feeling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they really appreciate when they talk to someone who basically used to do what they do, right? And they kind of like we like you build relationship with customers. So you basically tell them stories, how it used to be in different businesses, different areas, and they like when you can be in their shoes, right? So not just selling them something, but really understand their problem and try to genuinely help them to solve it.
Right. Yeah. No, that's great. And being an accountant and auditor in your early days, you can always relate it at a very deep level. Like if you look at a voucher transaction, or if you look at a trial balance report, you can still make out what does this mean, even though you are a technical specialist, but you know the business side of it. So that's a very powerful combination which you are carrying.
It used to be one of my favorite sort of topics. Like I said, well, if you can do it in Excel, you can automate it, right? It's a perfect tool to collect the requirements for any app in the future as well. So yeah, certainly it helps.
Right. And you have seen the product grown from like last 15, 20 years, when it was AX 2009, then 2012, then FNO, and even the finance capabilities of the product have matured enough. And now with Power Platform coming into the picture, where you have this whole connector-based ecosystem where you can talk to SAP or Salesforce and Dynamics and create a unified journey for the customers. What are your thoughts on how this whole platform has evolved over last few years, I would say, and then how is it changing the way customers are adopting to it? Any thoughts on those lines?
Yeah, I probably just highlight a little bit about AI. I know that we probably can spend hours and hours talking about it, but realistically it is transforming our world and our lives, and at really rapid pace, right? So very quickly. And of course there is a huge impact in everything we do, and in particular in technology as well, and all our products now are infused with AI, right? So I think that even if you don't use certain products, you still need to be aware of what's going on, interested, informed, as it will have impact on economy, jobs, education, industry transformation. So a lot of our customers actually, they probably started considering using Microsoft products because of the AI and what it can do for their businesses and industries, and just making things faster, more accurate. Basically, time to market time. It's crucial for certain businesses. Yeah, so there's a huge impact.
Right. And with AI now taking the shape of large language model, it's making it more intuitive to use. Like we can talk to computers in a natural language. So AI has been into industry for a long time, but now from last 2 years, since the OpenAI and Microsoft has collaborated, and they are bringing all these LLM-based capabilities in every layer of Microsoft products. Like you have Copilot in Azure, Copilot in Dynamics, Power Platform, uh, in Fabric, in cybersecurity. So every layer is getting infused with Copilot capabilities, Microsoft Office. So it's changing the way people will start using the software. And for you as a Microsoft specialist, must be at the forefront of showing customers a pathway how they can adopt these type of capabilities and what type of benefits it can bring to the businesses. So yeah, it's really exciting. I'm really excited to see how Copilot is going to change the way we work. of course, for betterment, like as you said, removing the manual mundane tasks, and we focus more on productive areas. So that is a great perspective to hear from you. So how are you using AI, Olga, in your day-to-day life? What are you using it for?
So I want to touch base on the I guess like really recent changes. Uh, I think that we all know about GPT, right? So and GPT 4.0. So this is what was announced, in May, and it's a new multimodal large language model, right? So, and that little O at the end, it's actually it means omni. So in GPT, sort of what it does, it signifies its ability to handle multiple ways, to process data, whether it's audio, vision, text, basically all at once and in real time. So I think it's like, we're like one step closer to having conversations with our computers, right? So, and
Yeah.
I think I'm not like using it yet. Obviously, we can test it, but I think when it is available generally, it will be huge. I guess milestone for everyone to use it. Even for personal productivity. And obviously, you've probably all heard about Microsoft Copilots, and kind of what we've, I guess, done is we've taken it a step further and introduced these AI agents, right? Or I guess copilots with agent capabilities, and it just happened last week, during a build announcements. And for instance, you could use a copilot to help with onboarding of new employee, or once the employee is registered, the copilot can greet them, answer their questions, and introduce them to their body, and set up their first week of meetings. So I use copilots mainly for personal productivity, and I use it like all the time, and it just helped me to like catch up on my meetings, really find information very quickly. I like the bullet points, right? It just summarizes it. It can draft emails, and I was always like, it was a challenge for me to write formal emails. Now I can do it for me very quickly, and I can even use it to plan my day. What I need to do, what I need to focus on, etc. So it's really, really helpful, like just a personal productivity tool. I'm much faster. I don't spend nights now on other things, like I have I focus on really critical tasks, and that I actually like doing, right? I also use I guess copilots in my work as well, just to demonstrate the value of the Power Platform, because you probably know that copilots are embedded in the product, and we build copilots as well in Power Platform. So, obviously, I use it on day-to-day basis just to demonstrate the value of the Power Platform in general, and to demonstrate it to our customers, right? So, well, it's like having a personal assistant, and that's always ready to help. It's pretty cool.
True. We use Copilot to build Copilot.
Yes, that's right. And then we use Copilots to talk to Copilots in future.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true what you said. Like all the new recent announcements made at Build, they are really groundbreaking. So, for example, having copilots working as agents, and they can work based on some events. So you don't have to talk to or tell Copilot to do something. It will automatically sense based on some event and do something for you. And then there was some announcement of team member Copilots. So basically, in your team of your project people, you will have Copilot working as one of the person in the team, and then that Copilot can basically help you to do keep your project tasks updated, summarize your project information, summarize your updates, work as a project manager, goes hand in hand with them to summarize and keep all your progress updated. So I can see a lot of value which copilots will bring, and the way we currently perceive Copilot is like it's mostly a chat-based scenario where you can act and summarize on the data. But with the new agent capabilities, it's gonna change. It is not something which we as a user have to invoke, but it can still work on its own. And I was also reading about the book. There is a book which Microsoft has released, which has all the announcements. It's like 700 pages long. So there is a lot of new innovation happening, a lot of new announcements. So I tried to put that actually into Copilot and to summarize it for me. So that worked pretty well. And even to
Smart
summarize
move.
licensing guide.
Yeah.
We build a Copilot for our salespeople to by checking in the licensing guides of Dynamics 365 and Power Platform into a Copilot, and give them a chatbot to talk, and then say, okay, I want to implement commerce, which license I need, and it will tell you, and it works pretty well. It gives you good results, and with GPT 4.0, I think it goes to the next level. That's great.
Well, great example.
Cool.
Yeah, we do the same.
Yeah, I also use it to come up with some stories which I can tell to my 8-year-old at bed at night. So basically, I can give some prompts like, okay, create a story with a unicorn and who is lost in a space, and little girl helped it. And then Copilot will give me a nice story which I can tell her, and while putting her to sleep. So that's my personal use of Copilots and AI. Right, cool.
Love
So
it.
tell us
Love
something
it.
about, yeah, thank you. So tell us something about the She in Tech group which you have founded. Like, what are you guys doing in that space, and how can someone reach out and be a part of that initiative? Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit of history. Being a mentor, always been my sort of passion, but I never really done it, formally, right? So it's always been, my personal network, friends that would reach out and ask questions, and I'm very open to share my experience and help where I can, right? And from that experience and talking to many women in tech, I guess the number one challenge, unfortunately, it's still lack of confidence, right? And that, imposter syndrome, and, that really can make you feel stressed and, doubt your abilities.
Mhm.
And a lot of, my friends and colleagues in the past, they basically could really slow down their career and kind of reduce that job satisfaction as well. So, and I thought, well, it would be great to find a lot, like-minded women, and kind of like try to have a little bit of a group and sort of help other women to overcome those challenges. Although, being in the same situation as well. So, we all went through this process, or, we all went through these challenges, and it's just a sharing. It's great, right? So, and it always helps. And then, at Microsoft, one of the things that you also think about is how to step into those leadership roles and be a leader. And I know that, imposter syndrome and that doubt can really working well with teams, and, being involved in the company culture, making you feel really like less successful. So basically, that's kind of the main, I guess, reason why we started, thinking about something like She in Tech. So that's basically a group
Yeah.
of like-minded women who want to help other women to be successful, and share their personal stories and mentor them throughout their first steps in career, to basically say it's okay to feel like that, right? We've done the same.
Yeah.
We've been there, and we're here to help you. And you can reach out on LinkedIn and get in touch with us. We are really, open to, to connect with anyone who needs help. And I can give you an example that we collab with Microsoft, we collab with Knology, we collab with a lot of companies who like do the same thing to help
Yeah.
women in general. And at Microsoft, we address this challenges by creating supporting work environment, for example, or we have mentorship programs within organization, acknowledging achievements, encouraging open communication. So obviously that knowledge and that sort of approach I can also share with women
Yeah.
outside of Microsoft. And for me, it's also being ambassador, or being the person who's sort of also sharing with broader audience about Microsoft in general and our culture.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey, and we've done quite a few sessions now. We, really trying to work with small groups to have impact, right? So we don't really broadcast, as a webinar yet, but it's our plan moving forward. So we will grow,
Right.
but at the moment we really, work with certain people, and I think that what I want personally is to see the progress for every single person, and
Right.
it's huge for me.
Yeah, no, definitely, it's a great initiative, and my best wishes are with you guys. And if you need any support, feel free to reach out. And as you said, like, we want to make an impact. So even if you can help one person with a dedicated in-person session, it's better than maybe creating a webinar on first go and it's just being watched, but it's not really helping. So definitely, impact is what we care for. So if we can help someone to get back into the career and build that confidence and create a, a, a a system around them so that they feel confident and they are boosted up, then definitely it helps a lot. So great work, Olga, and I wish you all the best with She in Tech initiative. So I also wanted to hear from you, like, there are a lot of fresh graduates coming out of universities getting into the world of Dynamics, and there are people who are also reskilling their career into the world of Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. So what are some tips which you would like to share for them to start their learning journey? What are some good sources? What are some key things they should be mindful of when someone is trying to build their career in this space?
Yeah, sure. So I probably would start just with, some practical tips that are not specifically applicable to someone who starts their role in Dynamics or Power Platform, but just in general that I've found really useful for anyone who's, starting something new. You need to surround yourself with a supportive network. That's first. Just to have those, positive individuals around you who believe in you believe in your success, abilities, and can provide that encouragement. It's really important because, when you do something new, you need that support. And also don't take, too many complex, large goals on your plate straight away. Just break it down into very small, achievable tasks and kind of like, progress. And it helps to avoid that, feeling of to be overwhelmed. And it will definitely help you to send that, to have that sense of accomplishment, right? So you've done something today, and celebrate it in smallest victories. And if you fail, just embrace the failure, and use it as an opportunity for learning. But being doing various roles in the past, I can definitely say that there are a lot of career options, right? So and you don't need to focus on one at the time. You need to kind of like have a plan, but revisit it all the time. So because everything is changing so fast. So if you are, let's say, learning, about Microsoft products, for example, there are a lot of resources that can help you. Like Microsoft Learn is one of them. But don't limit yourself to just online learning. Just go and attend user groups, right? Whether it's face-to-face, ideally, or as a meetup group or webinar, but join those communities and user groups. And I know from personal experience it helped me a lot to progress. But also, do webinars and meetups and that kind of stuff. But don't forget that we provide a lot of resources like trial environments, hackathons, workshops, where you can actually have that hands-on practical experience as well. I think it's perfect combination. So user groups will give you that networking experience. Online resources will help you to just learn the theory, but combination with hands-on experience and practice, this is the best way to start. So these three things I would definitely recommend. And in terms of career options, of course, you can choose whether it's functional sort of consultant path, whether it's technical sort of developer, I guess path. Both of them are, available in tech. And then you can progress to solution architect role. You just kind of design those complex solutions, whether it's Dynamics and Power Platform or anything else. You can also consider managing the programs or managing the projects, oversee those implementations if you want to be in post-sale sort of cycle. You can end up being like myself in pre-sales, for example. I'm basically working with sales teams to sort of help them to demonstrate the value of solutions to potential customers.
Right. Very well said, Olga. I mean, it reflects how many career opportunities are there in this space. It's not only technical or functional. You can go into project management, program management, pre-sales, and then, as you mentioned, there are so many sources. Microsoft Learn is one of them, and all the free trials. Actually, that's a very powerful tool to learn. Like, people can just register for a free trial for Power Platform environment, and you can deploy your own customer engagement and Dataverse and Power Platform instance, and then you can try out all the things which you want to learn. And there is so much available. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, but on Microsoft Learn, you can find a role-based study plan. So select your role which you want to target, and it will give you a structured way of practicing things. And as you said, take it in bite-sized things and celebrate small achievements instead of trying to set very high bar in the first go. If people start learning a few things a day and celebrate those completion of modules, it gives a good feeling of and a sense of learning at the end of the day. So very valid points. I'm sure these tips will help a lot of people to build and transform their careers. So we are coming towards the end of the show, Olga, and thanks a lot for sharing your insights and experience with us. So any final closing comments?
Again, thank you so much for having me today. And I guess I just probably will emphasize one very important thing for anyone who's working on their career growth is just keep networking. It's crucial for your career. And it's not only about knowing many people, but meeting the right ones who can actually support you and give you those opportunities, connect you with others. And I came across very interesting statistics the other day that 85% of jobs are filled through networking. 85%.
Wow.
And 70% are not even advertised online, right? So when you're looking for that next move or your first job, remember that 70% not even there. And just be yourself, be kind, be respectful to your colleagues. I like when people who work with me, they energize, they love my energy, my passion, and I wish everyone would do the same. And just helping others goes a long way.
Very well said. Yeah, great. Thanks, Olga. Your presence on our show has been truly enlightening, and we are grateful for the opportunity to learn from you. So thanks for sharing all the experiences. And for our audience, stay tuned, hit the like button, leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.